it's weird as we get older, as things are shifting and falling.
Yeah.
Do you ever get to a point where you stop worrying about how you look?
I don't know if I'll ever feel 100% comfortable in a swimsuit because I never have, even when I was, a teenager.
Really?
Yeah, I never have liked being in a swimming suit because it's like you're basically in your underwear, right? It's like, really.
Welcome to Three Little Fishes. We're three sisters who grew up in the Midwest together, but have since spread across the country. I live in Los Angeles.
I'm in Nashville.
And I live in Philadelphia. We are all married with children. We've all had careers, but now we stay at home with our families.
We've all been through ups and downs that come along with life and have always helped each other through, shared stories, and laughed together.
We welcome all of you into our daily conversations and hope you have some fun with us.
So let's jump in.
So I'm Nancy, and I'm the youngest of the three sisters. Although I used to get much better pride or puff up a little bit more, I don't feel like I'm that much younger than you now as the time has gone by. I've been with my husband since 1999. You heard it right, 1999. One of our first dates was the Adam Sandler movie. Do you guys remember Big Daddy?
I cannot believe that was your first date.
Oh my gosh.
Like, seriously.
Yeah, we have two kids. I have one in high school and I have an elementary age little girl. We have a chocolate lab named Coco. And during COVID, we got our cat Loki, who, if you know what Loki means, very mischievous. That is our crazy cat. That's a little bit about me.
And I am Kathy. I am the middle sister. I live on the East Coast, like I said, in Philadelphia with my husband. We have three boys. We have two boys that are in high school. One is a freshman and the other's a junior. And then I sent off my oldest to college this year. He's a freshman. That was a little strange, sending him off to school. I didn't realize like how heartbreaking that would be. But now we're, living in our house without him. And I can say that when I go in his room, the only thing left of him right in there is his gecko that he left for me to take care of, Kevin. So he's actually growing on me. I kind of like
Kevin's
him,
growing on you?
a little bit. Like I like going in there and he looks at me and it's like, oh, you're going to feed me or something. He doesn't do anything, but he's harmless. I don't like feeding him worms, but I'm trying to get over it because I really don't want him to die. And then my son be like super upset with me. So,
Right. Yeah, that would be bad.
I know.
We don't really have any other pets. We used to have a black lab, but a couple of weeks ago we had to put her to sleep. She had cancer. So that's been very sad trying to live in the house without her. But we are managing.
It is hard. Terrible.
Yeah. So that's a little bit about me. Linda?
I'm Linda. I go by Lynn. Everybody that knows me forever calls me Linda, so that's fine. Whatever. I answer to whatever name you want to throw at me. I'm an accidental Southerner. I have three kids. Two are in college. One's in high school, who may be the death of me before it's all over. I have three dogs, and I have a cat and the bearded dragon. The bearded dragon and the cat are just visiting. My husband travels a lot for work, and so I end up taking care of this ginormous yard that we inherited when we moved to the South, which is both wonderful and hell all wrapped up into one.
Yeah. It's good for you.
Yeah, but I will say, I went and got my nails done yesterday, which I don't do very often because I'm leaving on Sunday for spring break with our son. And I had to do it though because I look like a field worker because I've been doing so much spring cleaning because it's spring here in the South.
Yeah.
Everything's blooming. the weeds are out. I've been like trying to like get a handle on the yard a little bit, and it was embarrassing. And then, of course, I stupidly picked a time to go right when all the high schoolers were getting out. And all these like cute little high schoolers who are leaving for spring break this weekend were in there getting their nails done. And they're all like cute and little and bubbly and happy. And I'm like this wretched old lady with like field worker hands trying to get her nails done. I mean, I was like, I wonder if I'm going to see these girls on the beach. I don't know. So, Kathy,
Pardon me.
how was your golf game today?
Well, actually, I had a lesson this morning. It was like a 911 because I yesterday played so badly. I asked him if he would see me today, and so he got me in this morning, and went pretty well.
Yeah, you're
No.
fixed.
No, I'm not. He says we have work to do.
So,
I've gotten in some bad habits.
so what are you doing? Like, are you popping your head?
My swing path is off.
Oh, are you not moving your hips right? What do they say in Tin Cup? What does he say? He does this thing with Renee.
That movie is so funny. No, we did. He didn't hook me up to a contraption or anything, but
She had that thing, and she had the like thing.
I mean, it was kind of close. He got like a foam tube, and he's like, "Don't hit that." Then he got this stick out, and I was like, "Of course
Are
I
you
hit
gonna
it."
beat me?
My eyes are watering.
Anyway, it went pretty well.
I do have a lot to work on, but I'm feeling a little more positive than yesterday.
Well, that's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
Nancy, what's going on in your world?
I'm almost
What'd you do
embarrassed.
yesterday?
I'm almost embarrassed to tell you guys. I brought it here to show you.
Oh,
Oh.
you're burning your house down.
I'm burning the house down.
What'd you do?
I like to have hot water at night.
You pulled a
Find it
Kathy.
comforting and soothing.
You forgot to
And-
shut it off.
I forgot all about it, but I started. So Tim comes in our room as I'm getting ready for bed, and he's like, "Did you leave something on the stove?" And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "You're really lucky that you didn't start a fire." And I am really lucky, and I'm embarrassed to tell you guys that this is not the first tea kettle that I have melted on
Oh,
our
I
stove.
know. You know what?
I don't know.
When-
I don't know what's wrong with me, and maybe I have like early onset of like I don't know what's wrong. Like,
No.
how do you forget that you left the stove on?
I think that
It happened.
that does happen to me, as you know, too. I think, when people just get
I'm not gonna say anything.
worried about things, they, get forgetful.
I mean, and
You have a
honestly-
lot going on right now.
Yeah.
So I think give
I
yourself
give
grace.
yourself a break.
Well, thank you.
You didn't
for that,
burn the
but
house down.
You didn't
I
burn
did-
the house
All is
down.
good.
You
I
just need
didn't. And
to
then last
settle.
night, I woke up in the middle of the night to a crash, like
Oh.
alarming crash, and I was like, "Tim, do you hear that?" And he's like, make So I hop out of bed, and Loki has gotten up on our server, and we're St. Patrick's Day is getting close, and my little one is starting to think about leprechaun traps, as one does when it's close to St. Patrick's Day. And
Very
so she
familiar
has-
with this.
You need a cat trap.
So
Yeah.
she has like
That's-
her leprechauns, like she's starting to think about a plan because she's a planner, and she left it all on the server, and the cat Loki
Went to town.
went to town, and it was alarming. So like when I'm woken up that way at 3:00 in the morning, it's very hard to go back to sleep. And I don't know if our mother's going to watch this. I'm sure she will. Our only viewer will probably be our mother. But I've inherited something from her. Like when she's tired, her eyes are puffy and they water. So this morning, all my eyes are doing is I'm trying to hide my eyes with glasses today as they're poofy. And literally, I can't get them to stop watering. So it looks like I'm sobbing and I'm like upset.
Oh,
I can't tell.
I can't either.
So.
Well, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So it's
You look
But
working.
Loki's
cute
a
to
little
Paul.
devil.
She is very mischievous, very,
Yeah.
and she just comes out and like looks at me, and she puts her tail straight. She has the poofiest tail. She puts it in the air and just like wiggles it back and forth, like, "Yes, what's up? Good morning. You gonna hang
Did
out?
I
with
do
me?"
something?
Yeah. She's
I think it's
gorgeous
funny.
and she can be sweet, but mostly she's very
Yeah, she's a stinker.
she's a
I
stinker.
think
She-
her and Sarah's cat, or my daughter's cat, they would get on.
Ay, ay,
He's a
ay.
stinker too.
Ay, ay,
Not that
ay.
bad, but he's a stinker. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if I have great things to report, but that was my evening in a nutshell. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Linda, did you check in? Do you have anything to report?
I don't have anything major to report. My oldest is home for spring break, so she and I have been trying to spend a lot of time together. My husband's been out of town all week, so it's been nice. I mean, not nice that he's gone, but it's nice I've really been able to hone in on her. So
Yeah.
we went to this botanical garden by us yesterday, and it was a gorgeous day, and we stomped around and we had some lunch outside and went to this museum, and we just had like a really great time. And then she and I have been watching a show together at night, and that's been fun. We've
What
been
are you
Oh, that's
watching?
nice.
So we're watching Wheel of Time.
Oh,
It's
I
only
don't know
2
it.
seasons. It has Rosamund Pike. She's the star in it, and it's very like Lord of the Ringsy kind of, like very like magical and blah blah blah.
Oh.
So anyway,
Are you enjoying it?
yeah, it's good. It's good. Dark and light and fighting good and evil, blah blah, standard stuff. And then I last night couldn't sleep straight away, so I started rewatching The Diplomat.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is excellent. And
I
I'm
have not
super
seen that.
sad that season 2 is not out yet.
Yeah, that's real. We really enjoyed that, and it's a good cliffhanger. So
It
I don't-
is a really good cliffhanger, and I'm
Yeah.
super sad that we don't have season 2 yet.
Yeah,
Good.
Kathy, I
So,
think you would like it.
it's
Well, I'm
really
watching-
witty.
I mean, it's
You
not killing. There's no killing. Oh, well, there is. Well,
I'm watching Bloodline right now, and it's actually very good.
I mean, what I'm noticing about you is you are really leaning into like families killing each other, like hurting each other, and I'm not sure what's happening there.
I
Well,
don't know
this-
what Bloodline is.
Because you had the one with the sibling one. What one and what was
This-
that?
Yeah.
Bad Sisters? Was it
Oh, Bad
Sisters?
Sisters.
I thought it was good.
It is good, and I'm into watching season 2, but it was not light. It was like,
Now, there are times it did get a little dark. Well, this Bloodline is actually really good. It's about a family that has their 3 brothers and then a sister. And it's about their family has, I think, a place at the Keys, like this resort. And so, they've all kind of tried to help out with this family business, but there's a black sheep of the family. And he has become
Always
a
is.
real problem. So
But it
That
has
might
Kyle
hit too
Ch-
close to home.
It has Kyle Chandler in it though, which is a
does.
draw for me because I think
he's a
he's
cutie.
Yeah,
I
And
like
Sissy
him.
is in it. She's the mom.
Who's in
It
it?
Uh,
is.
Sissy Spacek. Is that?
Oh.
Yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, you should tune into it if you guys want to watch something new. Because I
Okay.
think there are 3 seasons or something.
I'm very committed to some of my seasons that I want new ones to come out. Like, where is my 1923? Please. What happened to these people? I'm very upset that that's not out. The Recruit needs a new season. The Diplomat needs a new season. I mean, what's happening?
Well, I think the strikes have not helped. Like the businesses are not rolling how they normally are.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get back into some sort of like
Hopefully.
positive, fingers crossed, we
Yeah.
can get things moving smoothly again.
Yeah.
Ay, 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 ay. Ay,
Yeah.
ay, ay.
Okay, girls, why did we start this? What are we doing?
Well, I think I'm guilty of it because I like to walk a lot and I get tired of listening. I love music, but I get tired of listening to music. So I was really leaning into like podcasts, which I love.
Mhm.
I love listening to people in Hollywood. I love hearing like their backstories and like what works for them, what doesn't. But then I started realizing I don't really relate to a lot of them. Like they might be having some of the same be going through some of the same life stuff as I am, but it's not relatable because they're just in this elevated world that I will never be in. And like, my son is in college, not in college, she's in high school, starting high school. So we're starting to think about college. And one of these people I'm listening to, they're like, oh, yeah, it's so competitive and so hard to get into college. But yet, are we really? I appreciate that you want your son to go where he wants to, if that's something he wants, and you want your kids to be successful. But like your experience of trying to get your child into a college or have an experience is way different as you're flying there in your private jet with unlimited resources, and as
Yeah.
I'm trying to like pace together, to get something for my kids. So it's like it's amazing that you're able to do all this, but it's not really relatable to me. um and I was thinking about my village and like how I'm constantly talking to the two of you all the time, and we're constantly trying to help each other as we're trying to parent and be wives and trying to figure out the back part of our lives of we have had careers and what do we want to do with them. And I don't know, I'm constantly looking for, you guys are my touchstones, and more so than, some really rich celebrity who's like, oh, I talked to this guru who has written this book and she's a bestseller. Let's come talk to her. And even though that is interesting, I sometimes just want to listen to everyday people who are like me, trying to like figure it out and not feel like if I don't have a zillion dollars, how do I do it? Or
Yeah.
I don't,
I get
I
that.
was feeling a little like frustrated and lost in the abyss of, I don't know, like I want to be able to put on somebody that is more relatable to me, and maybe somebody will find comfort in like listening to us. Maybe it's just nice to know that, once a week or we're going to get together and we're going to talk about all this stuff, and it's just completely selfish, and I know this block of time every week I'm going to get that.
I kind of feel the same as you did, Nancy. I mean, when you suggested this or brought this up to us when we were together celebrating our dad's birthday, at first I was like, I don't know. But then as I started thinking about it, it really hit home because I was like, during COVID, I felt very, isolated, like probably a lot of people. And then even though we're out of COVID, life still seems different socially. Just,
Yeah.
there are people still that I haven't seen in years that I used to see like, all the time. I just feel like there's been a lot of just up and downs with it. And I just think personally, I think it's great to connect with people. And I lost that, and not that we lost it with each other, but like if it makes us feel better to talk to each other, I think just women talking to each other can help each other through
Yeah.
day to day, just everyday life, and be a sounding board for anybody involved. It just helps to talk your problems out or talk your successes, celebrate those. Like just anything I think is good when you just get it out there.
Agreed.
Mhm.
So that's kind of why I was like, yeah, I think I would like doing this, I hope that it's fun to listen to us and that people can relate. What do you think, Linda?
Yeah, I mean, I think I talk to people a lot. I talk to you girls a lot. I love talking with you. I think you're right. It's important for us to know or just even share whatever good and bad is going on in life. So hopefully people will have fun with us and maybe eventually we'll get to a place where people can ask us questions. But in the meantime, I mean, we have very normal, I feel like crazy, fun, stressful lives. And we're all kind of getting to that age where we have stuff going on. So it's nice to chat it out.
The funny part about this thing is we're like, yeah, let's do this podcast. And then we couldn't come up with a name. I mean, we have been going back and forth for like a month, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like, I wrote down all my thoughts of like different topics or names or suggestions. And then I come up with like some really things I think are really cool. And then it's like you Google it and it's like, oh, somebody already thought of that. And you're like, learn it.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I learned too is, I mean, well, there are a lot of podcasts. There's a lot of people out there who like are picking up a microphone.
Three Little Fishes means something to us too. It's fun, it's lighthearted, but it's also a song that our grandmother used to sing to us all the time. I think she was sort of like a trapped opera singer in a little stay-at-home mom body. So
Well, she used to be on the radio.
She did when she was like 16. Yeah. I mean, anyway, I think she just was like she always wanted to be a performer. So she was always singing. And this is a song that she always sang. And I know we all sang it to our kids. So
yeah.
It's a great,
it
it's
just
a great
has like
song.
some sentimental, meaning to us. And hopefully it's something people can remember and enjoy. It's just fun, just
I looked it up. It used to be the #1 hit for Kay Kaiser in 1939. I mean, it's been around for a while, but it's a cute song.
It is cute.
Down in the meadow.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to sing it for you, but it is really
I'm for
cute.
sure not going to sing it for you. Nobody wants to hear me sing.
Maybe one day we'll sing it for everybody.
So, Linda, I heard you say that you're feeling stressed. What are you feeling stressed about?
Well, I leave on Sunday. I'm driving down to Florida with, most of my area because we're all on spring break together. And I've always sent, our son down there with friends. So I'm taking one for the team and going and chaperoning teenage boys, hanging out on the beach, doing whatever teenage boys do, hanging out on the beach. I mean, all I can say is last year he came home and he was like, it was life-changing.
All right. That's pretty amazing. Life-changing.
Life-changing. And I don't know what that means. And quite
Does that
honestly,
mean just
I didn't.
Freedom. Like that night, you just was
You're
doing
cute.
whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure it means something like that. Yeah.
Well,
But the girls on the beach.
Girls on the beach. Just all of it. So I'm gonna, and then bonus, it's supposed to rain next week where I'm going. So, and it's going to be not that great. So I'm going to pack my beach bag and hope that I get to be on the beach and not freeze my tail off. I am going with a couple of women that I like, but honestly, I'm not a girls trip girl. I think I've been on like maybe 2 my entire life. I'm just not a girls trip girl.
I don't know what that means. Like, what does that mean?
What
you
does
like
that
to
mean?
vacation. You've been with us, and you're like, you like to be,
Oh, I do. I'm not that person has the girlfriends and we all plan a trip and we go by ourselves. And I think I don't do that because my husband travels all the time. So when he comes back into town, I don't want to leave on the weekends You know what I mean? So I'd rather do a family vacation or I'd rather just be home.
Yeah.
So I am
Well,
going on this like trip. I'm sharing a house with a couple of ladies. I love them. I've never been overnight anywhere with them, but I love them and they're wonderful. And I think it's going to be fun. But I have no idea what I'm walking into with these boys and the weather.
Well, at least you have some other women that you can lean on and support
That's
each
true.
other. I think
Yeah.
you're going to have more fun than you think.
Maybe. We'll see. Maybe you'll talk to me during it when I'm there and I'll be like, this is amazing.
I hope so.
I'm never coming home.
Oh.
I mean, my husband had to go last year with my oldest on his senior trip, and he kind of said the same thing. He was like, I can't believe you're making me do this.
Yeah.
And he actually had a great time. So,
Okay.
I mean, I'm
never
not
know.
surprised to hear that your husband had a good time on that trip because I do feel like
Yeah, that is his role, I
it
think.
is like,
you have no idea what he put me through before that trip. He was like, this is going to be the worst, Kathy. I cannot believe you're making me do this. And I'm like, oh my God, you're going to this beautiful place. Stop. But anyway, he came home and was like, oh, that was not bad. I may actually do it again.
Okay.
so do you find it hard to pack? Like, are you finding now that we're like, we're not 30 anymore? Like, is packing
I
for a
find-
vacation harder or
terrible.
easier?
It's terrible. It's terrible. I hate packing. First of all, the beach could be freezing cold, right? Or the sun could come out and it'll be wonderful. One of the girls I'm going with, she's like, I'm not packing a bathing suit. I am not getting in a bathing suit. It's going to be too cold.
Oh,
I don't have a bathing suit that fits and I am not dealing with it. And I was like,
Oh,
I
Well,
get
those
it.
are
have
some
a hot
strong
tub?
feelings.
Yeah, and I get it. Like it's stressful.
Well-
It's still winter. No one's tan. No one wants to get in a bathing suit when you're white.
Well,
And
tanning,
clammy.
like, who really tans anymore anyway because of,
We discussed that. Should we spray tan before we get there? And I was like,
No.
I'm not spray tanning.
and it's an interesting thing, right? Because
It is.
I'm not 20 anymore, but you always still want to put your best foot forward. And it's weird as we get older, as things are shifting and falling.
Yeah.
You
up more
get
space.
self-conscious. Yeah, you get self-conscious, and then I struggle with it because it's like, do you ever get to a point where you stop worrying about how you look necessarily and just appreciate being in the moment?
I don't know if I'll ever feel 100% comfortable in a swimsuit because I never have, even when I was, a teenager.
Really?
Yeah, I never have liked being in a swimming suit because it's like you're basically in your underwear, right? It's like, really?
I have never ever thought that I was in my underwear when I was in a swimsuit, but
Yeah.
now will I get that to leave my brain? You're in
Yeah.
your underwear. You're in your underwear.
I think for me, it's kind of different because in the South, it's so hot. And I've been to many pool parties at friends' houses, and we are in our swimming suits. And I will say there's a lot of grace here. So some of it I too think is like not only ourselves, but who do we surround ourselves with? And I think as we age, we just do need to give each other grace and just lift each other up because no one's a size 0 anymore. And if you are a size 0, it still is like not that great. So I don't know. It is hard to find a suit though, I will say. Like I did buy a suit at Bowdoin recently and I tried it on and I was like, okay, this is fine. But there's not a lot I can do about the extra thighs and butt and
Yeah.
cellulite and wrinkles. And
Yeah.
I have wrinkles above my knees.
Yeah.
What the hell happened there? Like, it's not
Yeah.
fat. It's just like loose, like pachyderm skin. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. I know. I think that I am like hearing so much like sad stories about people who aren't well. And I think I'm trying to now lean into, you know what? This is amazing that I'm doing this. And like, this is me
It's
and I'm able to
fine.
do it. And I, it is what it is. How great that we're aging,
Totally.
even though it's hard to be like, oh, I don't recognize this any parts of my
Yeah.
body.
No, for sure.
And I think too, I don't know, Linda, if you feel this way, but my daughter hears everything. And so I feel this extra, I don't know, burden's not the right word, but I don't want her to take on like my insecurities as her own.
I did read something recently, and I'm not like a self-help girl, but I did read something recently that, you know, the way you talk to yourself and about yourself, it comes true. So, if you are speak positively about yourself, it manifests itself.
Well, it's funny because I don't have girls, but I have boys, and they're like so fit, and they're like
They
now
are.
shirtless all the time and like checking
Yes.
themselves out in the mirror. I'm like, what are you doing? So it's like, I
It's
don't know.
weird.
I think,
Yeah.
people our age are their worst critics, I think. And
Yeah.
We
you're right.
are.
We probably should not be so hard on ourselves, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like what you say, Linda, about giving each other grace or giving yourself, more importantly, yourself grace. Like,
Yeah. I am going to pack a suit, and another friend of ours is staying someplace that has a pool. We may go over there and wander and like hang out. But yeah, the packing is hard. And Florida's casual, but I did make a reservation at a nice place. And for 4 people, whoever 4 people want to go with me. And so I'll probably take like a little sundress or something with a sweater. But
Yeah. I got
I
picture
did
online.
I will tell you, I hope they show up today. I bought these like pink wide leg sweatpants and a matching pink top that I'm kind of into, like the coordinated top bottom thing. I wore something like that at your house, Kathy.
I
It
think
was
that I'm shocked what you're
cream.
describing.
So cute.
they're like flowy pants, kind of.
Yes, but they're
Yeah.
like sweatpants.
You're not
And
really like a pink kind of a girl, though.
I own pink.
Well,
I
that
own
probably
more
will be perfect if
orange.
it's a little chilly.
Yes, that's what I was thinking, is like a sweatpant or like a little set outfit
Yeah.
might work for me. So I have this
Oh,
like sort of beige or camel colored, like flowy, like sweat panty, like knit pants, and then like a long sleeve top. I wore
It
that at
sounds cute.
Christmas. And then I did the same thing kind of in pink.
nice.
So I'll take that. And then the other thing is like, what do you sleep in? I'm sharing a house with people. I don't know if I'm going to have my own room or not. I can't even remember how big the house is. I have teenage boys staying with me.
Yeah. You
So
You need to take a robe.
Take a rope. You can put it on.
I need to be like,
Yeah,
you
buttoned up a
know,
little.
yeah, I got to think about it. I got to pack tomorrow maybe. And I'm going to take off on Sunday. And I'm driving because we can drive to Florida when you live here.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
A little road trip. I think road trips are
Little
fun.
road trip. I got to get my car washed. So I think I'm taking my Suburban. But I have been doing manual labor in the yard, and I've been hauling rocks and bricks and mulch and all this stuff. So my car looks like a well-used pickup truck right now. So I got to
wouldn't
get
go
it.
crazy if you're going to have like boys eating in your car.
The boys are driving themselves. The moms and I are going in a car, and the boys are driving themselves.
Oh,
So
that's
that's another
perfect.
element of life that has happened is
Oh,
they love to they all have their own cars and they like to just go. So one of the guys has a big truck and they're taking the big truck. It's like this ginormous pickup truck. Because I live in the South and most boys have big, huge pickup trucks. Yeah,
I
I
think you're
could.
going to have an amazing time.
Thank you. When is your spring break, Nancy?
Uh, the end of March. It's when Kathy's is actually, right? Like end of March.
The
Yes,
last week of
we
March.
overlap this year.
Oh,
And I know, I wish that, I know you're going to Florida you're going to meet mom and dad for spring break. And I wish I
I'm headed
could.
to Florida as well with just my family, and then our parents are going. So that should be great. We've been doing this for the last several years, which I have really enjoyed the time we get to spend together. I do have anxiety too about packing, and
yeah.
I do not like swimsuits.
But Kathy, I think you always have the cutest little matching outfits for the pool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I always think you look super cute.
Oh, well, that's nice. I don't know. I sometimes shop at this store called Beach House. I don't know if you've ever Beach House swim.
Is it online only or is it a store?
Well, I've only shopped online, so I don't know if there's an actual store or not. Or I bought a suit from Bowden or J. Crew. Those are probably my top three. Well, I have bought at Nordstrom too, but Beach House has a lot of.
I've never heard of it before. I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
I don't know it.
I've had some luck there. As you, I probably am going to pack some sundresses and obviously some layering of sweaters or something in case it gets chilly at night. Sunblock. Yeah. I did have a spot last year I had to have removed that was cancerous. So
I know, and our dad just had to have a big spot.
Like, you need to stop. Like, no. I do wear sunblock on my face, like religiously, but like this was a spot here on my arm, and I had one on my leg too. So like it's kind of freaking me out. So I've been using this product. I think you use it too. It's the Ulta MD. Yeah,
I love that product. I actually just got some delivered from Amazon the other day.
I think it's good and has some zinc oxide in it, which helps stay in place. So I've been trying to do that. I did order some for our trip, but that's about all I've done so far.
Well, you've got a couple weeks.
Maybe Nancy will come join me. Maybe Nancy
I know.
will come.
I wish it's just so far for us, and I wish we could. It's like, we're kind of in the TV industry here, and it's still, I just don't feel comfortable traveling right now.
Yeah.
So
I get it. I'm actually not a huge spring break fan. When I lived farther north forever, I used to always get a little stir crazy, and you always kind of want to do spring break. And we've done it, of course, but the weather is very iffy. It's very hard to get someplace where the weather's going to be good. And it annoys me how expensive spring break time is.
Well, to be honest,
I don't love it.
I think, to be honest, we were kicking around originally, like trying to go skiing because my kids really enjoy skiing, and so do I. But you're right. For us to go, it's so expensive. Just a day on the mountain it's insane.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
So you're not at a spot yet where you want to buy like a season pass because you don't have that much time.
Right.
So I feel
and
like
the little thing is for me is I have to have a dog sitter. Like I know we all have pets, but like a house sitter. And honestly, you guys, I feel like with our cat, like you would think that you could just leave the cat, but I feel like if I left the cat without anybody there, I honestly think she would go crazy.
She would turn the stove on and burn your house down.
So then it's another layer of like, if I decide, fine, I particularly think of my son who's like going to school, like maybe college, like he's going somewhere in 4 years, like, hopefully college. Like,
think about us. We've never left mom and dad.
I mean, I just feel like, so then a part of me is like, we should be going on spring break, but then it's like, I don't know. So I haven't done anything. So I think we're going to stay put this year. But then I feel guilty because I'm like,
Well,
should we be having this
You
experience
guys
with
could
him?
do
But
something fun. You live by the ocean, so
Yeah.
if you don't
Yeah.
go anywhere, you can always do something.
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure maybe we'll have a local fun. I just don't know what
Yeah.
that is. But it is fun to travel and go somewhere.
Yeah.
yeah.
So when we usually are wrapping up, we talk about dinner.
But for dinner tonight, I actually don't have plans because I think we're going to go out. It's Friday. It's been a long week, I have to be honest. So I cooked
Yeah, you're over it.
I think we're going to just do something low key. My middle son has the SAT tomorrow, so maybe go somewhere where he wants to go tonight
Yeah.
to kind
Japanese.
of. What are you having?
Yeah.
Linda?
I might zhuzh up some like frozen pizza, to be totally honest. I do pizza a lot on Fridays, and a lot
Yeah.
of times I make my own. But Sarah's going to be out with her friends. I don't know what our youngest is going to be doing. And then my husband comes back. So
Well, that's nice.
I don't know.
Are you doing pizza,
I'm
Nancy?
sort of like uninspired and I can't think of anything.
Well, we normally do
boring.
pizza on Fridays because we're talking today is for Friday. So we do pizza, and I do my own dough because I just enjoy it. And
I do too.
my youngest loves to help like put the pizzas together. And I just had a pineapple today that I had to cut because it was like getting like overly ripe. I am thinking tonight I might go get some chicken, and I think I might make barbecue pizza with pineapple on it. So
Wow.
you don't eat fruit on your pizza ever?
No.
I don't.
I
I know
either.
Kathy, but I'm surprised Linda doesn't.
You know what? I think this is a hot button topic. Pineapple on pizza or no? For me, it's a no. I don't want pineapple on my pizza.
Yeah.
Now, I understand this Hawaiian pizza thing, but it's not my thing. I don't like it.
We had fresh
I
pineapple
like grilled
last night.
pineapple, but I don't want it on my pizza.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
And we had it last night.
I'm one of the camps that it's surprising, but I do like it. So I think I'm going to do a little different tonight. I think that's what I'm due to shake it up. And Tim is running a sprint triathlon tomorrow.
So I was going to ask you.
My
I've
husband,
been
yeah.
scared to ask, like, is he actually going to do it? I thought he was like hurt.
So the doctor, he thought he hurt his hip, but it wasn't his hip. It was something else. And she's just like, I don't remember what it's called, but clearly connected to the hip, but the hip's not involved. So
She gave him the clear to run?
So she said that he could listen to his body and do it. As of today, he's doing it, which I think is great. And
Yeah.
so if he does do it, I'm going to have the kids go and watch and support him. But it's super early. Like, I think he has to be there tomorrow morning, like at 6:30.
Well, good luck to him if he does it.
And how far away is it?
Pasadena, which is not that far, but
Well, it
you
could
know,
take a half hour, 40 minutes, right?
It's definitely an early morning for everybody. But I
Yeah.
think it's good for them to watch him. He's been training, and I think it's good for them to go support him as
Yeah,
he
go
supports.
cheer him on.
As you know, he always supports them.
Are you going to make signs?
Well, I probably should have thought about that before. Right now, the day before, yeah, probably
You should make a little sign. Well, good luck, Tim.
We'll
be ready for you.
Woo! You can do it.
I just wanted to say that we want to thank you for listening to our podcast and letting us sisters jump into your day. Please tune in to our next episode and have a great day. Out.
Bye.